Peace. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome, family, to Tea Time Podcast by Atiya J. This is your self-help, spiritual podcast, uplifting topics we all love to avoid, but we definitely need to conquer. Tea Time is your moment to pause, listen, and absorb what is soothing to you. I'm Atiya J, aka Tia, a certified holistic life coach, and this idea was sparked by my passion to help others discover their latent potential, purpose, and significance, especially if you are one who feels overlooked, alone, or forgotten. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. I see you and I feel you. Welcome to Tea Time Podcast. Enjoy the tea.
People need to hear what you have before they buy your product. It doesn't make sense. That's like me coming, open up a shop and I'll say like, all right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and charge this whole piece of $40. This whole piece is gonna be $40, and I haven't even, I'm just starting off my pizza business, and I'm charging $40 for my pizza, a whole pizza, when you got other places in the neighborhood charging $20 for that whole pieces. And
but they got something
you're trying to upcharge something, right? You're trying to upcharge something that nobody knows about. So if you're trying to upcharge someone that no one knows about, no one's going to take you seriously, because they're looking at it as this person is just all about the money. He's not all about his craft. He's not all about what he wants to bring to the table. He's just all about the money. And if you are bringing that into the atmosphere, people are going to notice that. And then the first sign of them noticing that, they're not going to want to take the whole heave of your product, or want to be interested in thinking about paying this amount of money for that. And the thing is like you have to humble yourself before you do anything. Humble yourself, put yourself in a predicament where people can hear your music, then give them the opportunity to be like, hey, I want to purchase this beat. How much you selling it for? Then you got the opening to give them the price range that you're set upon of, the price range that's understandable to the craft and of your beats, of being able to sell your beats for this amount of money. You have to be in that. Kanye West, if you look at the documentary, he put himself in he put himself in a predicament where he can sell his beats to people because he started getting his name out there. He did H to the Izzo, and that's when his prices went up. So like in the beginning stage, when you're selling your beats, it has to be a reasonable price. If nobody knows who you are, how are you going to sell for that price? It's not going to work. And you always have to put that creativity first, and your whole artistry. So like that creative mindset you bring to the table, and you show people are gonna want to be found to it and want to actually put effort into putting their hard work and money into your music. You got people that's out there. You don't want to cheat people out of that money because you trying to make money. You want to build a foundation of someone purchasing something to appreciate it, not depreciate it. So that's my standpoint of like, people that are off the gate charging money that's not even not affordable, but not that doesn't make sense. The price range of the quality of the beat, the quality has to match up to the price range, and also the aspect of what's put into the beat. So that's very important. You have to really sit down and humble yourself and understand if that's the right approach that you want to do with your beats, with your product. So that's very important.
Be humble.
Yeah, and just knowing, just piggybacking off what you said, like it's knowing your value as you evolve and what you're in your craft. Because for me, it's I always write, create every day, just keep going. And just that door opened up to be on a featured song with Snoop Dogg. And that's when it's like, okay, I understand my value increased after that. You know, I feel like, you know, for me to be able to put that work in to get to that level, it's like, okay, I'm doing something right. You know what I'm saying? My value is showing more. So now it's on a status of, okay, you know, if I get hit up from another artist that wants me to do a feature or a collaboration or something, I can set I know what my value is standing at. You know what I'm saying? Just based off of where I've been placed and how I got that, and like what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? Because you have things to show. You have that work and the credentials to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm hearing a formula in what both of you are saying. There's a mix of humility, of self-awareness, and hard work. As well as confidence that you have to put in order to keep your value where it belongs, and to gain traction in this game too. So I feel all of that, and I think that goes for any industry.
Yeah, it's a resume.
And that's for
same for a job.
Yeah. That's the same with photography, and life coaching, everything.
Everybody's their own producer. If you think about it. Just, you know.
That's actually what I was thinking. I was gonna name this that we are all black producers.
Word. The black coach.
The black. You know,
exactly.
Black people.
Us.
If you're not black, you're not a black producer, except for Eminem because he adopted. But I wanted to end.
Like I was saying before. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted, like I was saying before, like, you know, like being a producer doesn't necessarily mean in the music industry. Being a producer is a whole aspect of just creating. You know, and that's what the black culture is. We're good at. We're good at creating. You know, creating life. We create music. We create clothes. We create different technologies, different
trends,
different inventions. You know, and that is very important that we have that skill set. We are
leaders, kings and queens. We are not no followers.
Nope.
We set the trends. They have to write down the description so they can understand how the hell they did that. You know what I'm saying?
It's proven facts. It's proven facts. It's out there.
It's proven. It's there. It's like we could walk in a room and a beat come on, I'll just start freestyling. Versus someone else, they need to hold up now. Let me think about this real quick.
1, 2, 3.
Right. What's this? Right. Is it a 3-4-4-4? Is it what we doing here? What kind of? Ain't nothing wrong with it. It's just, you know, it's just a different. We have a different realm of understanding our creativity, and our boundaries are almost limitless to whatever we want to achieve.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's what our production does.
I wanted to end our conversation on a little popcorn, because I said I would put a pin in J Dilla, but I want to start with Matt. I want you to throw out a name of first producer that comes to mind, and DLow, if you would, what comes to mind when you hear that name?
A producer?
Yeah.
I mean, Kanye West is right there, because he's
Nah, just popcorn.
I probably say the same thing.
All right.
Go ahead. What comes to mind, DLow? Kanye West.
For Kanye West or J Dilla?
Kanye. Let's do Kanye first, and then I'll say J Dilla.
Okay.
Next. Yeah.
Okay, Kanye West, Pt.3. You ever heard of Pt.3?
He sounds familiar. What's the song?
Okay. The song we all know of that he produced is by Playboy Cardi. I'm trying to think of the name of the song. Mongolia.
Oh, I love that song.
New York, I'm really right.
That beat was hard.
Pt.3 made that.
Okay.
And
he says it. His name in his tag.
Yeah, and he's like, a lot of people don't know of him because he's just a producer right now, just like how Kanye West was. You know, so like he hasn't reached that standpoint yet where he's trying to be an artist as well. He's trying to be a rapper. I mean, he is a rapper. I'm sorry, he is a rapper, but he is not established himself to people. A lot of people don't know who he is. So like he's still at that point of time where Kanye West was just out there making beats for everybody. That's when I think of. That's the reason why I think of Pt.3 when you say Kanye West, because of the same path that he's going. He's kind of going that same aspect of producing for all these known artists. but people don't know who he is to this day. You know, so.
Yeah. All right, J Dilla.
J Dilla, Q-Tip. I mean, I'm sorry, no. Are we referring to artists today, or are we saying just producers?
No, just when
come straight to our head.
No, you don't have to say a producer, but when you hear the name J Dilla, what comes to mind?
Oh, J Dilla,
yeah.
Q-Tip. Yeah, Q-Tip.
Facts.
That's for sure, because Q-Tip actually, believe it or not, Q-Tip actually brought out J Dilla. He introduced J Dilla to Common. Yeah, he introduced J Dilla to Common. He introduced to Tyler Khalid. All the artists that work with J Dilla. You know, Erykah Badu. Everybody. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like he's like a real. It's a reason why he's in the museum.
Yeah. His creativity was like, what kind of his connection to his style of music is like, I don't know. I can't really put anybody else in that category. He's like he's in his own set. Yeah, man.
Yep.
For real. Word.
He's definitely in his own set, and like
producers for me is like I have mine.
Just name one.
I mean, R. Kelly, you know, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
You know, if we go to this, I'm sorry.
What comes to mind?
Kells is like his production musically, the man is, and he amazes me with how he attacks songs and how he creates it from, you know, just his story, you know, not personal, but just musically, like how he decides to formulate his music is really, it really is just like it's a story I can like listen to. You know what I'm saying? Like it's different. And then The Weeknd as well. The Weeknd is like, you know, me, I'm more on the singing, on the, you know, the R&B on that touch, but The Weeknd is amazing as far as his techniques that he likes to do, as far as music and his growth in it. I'm
gonna say Will Smith. Because I'm loving him. I still gotta read his book, but Will Smith is one of the greatest Black producers ever.
Absolutely.
It's his story. I used to listen to when he was a Fresh Prince with Jazzy Jeff, and of course Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I love Will Smith, and I've just watched the first 3 episodes of Bel-Air, the new show that he.
I was just about to mention. I was about to mention that. I was about to mention. Have you watched that? I haven't watched it yet, but
it's dope. It made me forget. It made me forget that it's based off of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Yeah, like it's good.
It's like the other side. It's like a real Black culture story. Yeah, for real. It's dope.
It's the real side.
Yeah, like it's not the artist side of how Will Smith came up.
Comedy. Yeah, nothing friendly.
Okay. Like, it's the opposite side, like a real Black man's story growing up.
Facts.
You know, going into that, it's dope.
Yeah, but acting wise, rapping wise, movie wise, like everything, he's dope. Yep. But
that's amazing. I definitely gotta check that out.
Yeah.
I want to say. Producers, right?
Yeah.
When we think about producers, so man, there's so many producers out there, man.
There's so many.
It's hard to think of one, but I'm gonna come up with this one. Man, it's tough one. It's tough one because we mentioned so many great people. All right, so I got a producer, Pete Rock.
Pete Rock is
classic.
He came from the beginning too. On some real.
Yeah. He that dude, man, he brought up like a lot of different artists that we know towards this day, like Nas. Like Nas is like one of the artists that he really like was gearing heavy when he first made Illmatic and all these other different albums that Nas made. He was touching on that, you know. So Another producer I want to mention is basically Ryan Leslie. If we're talking about R&B,
oh yeah,
what?
Oh yeah,
that dude.
Yeah, Ryan Leslie
dude is
to this
that
day.
dude is amazing.
What? He's
that dude
crazy. His mind
like,
on the build is nuts. On
right.
business side too.
And I'm so mad because like everything happens for a reason. And it was a point in time when I used to work at a hookah bar down in Kent. We had an outlet where a lot of different celebrities came by, like JoJo Simmons came by. We had who else came by? One of the football players from the Ravens, I forgot his name. He was like the third string quarterback. We had King Loso that came over there, and one of the people that I was really excited about that was going to show up there, and we got word about, was Ryan Leslie, and I was like so upset that he did not show up, and I was like,
he didn't show up, yo.
Like,
no,
he didn't show up.
Yo.
And this is around the time when he was making what's that song called?
Was it After Addiction, the album?
Addiction. It was when he did Addiction. Yep. That's when Addiction was blowing up. Like that was like
been fired.
Everybody was listening to Addiction right in that point in time. Like he was going to show up there, but he never made it for whatever reason. I don't know, but it was an honor because I was still doing my music, and I was just getting on the forefront and doing music videos and stuff. So like I was working on my album, my EP at the time, and that's called Stay Humble. That's not on streaming sites yet, but I got physical copies at different stores. But I'm planning on re-releasing it once I get a hold of remastering it and everything. So I'm going to end up re-releasing that soon. But around that time I was working on that, I was like, man, I was like, I got so many questions to ask this dude. Like, dude is talented, man. He's a real good producer. He still produces to this day.
Man. He's insane, yo. Remind me of, was it Sean Garrett? I think Sean Garrett that produced
he worked with Chris Brown a lot.
Yeah, like Dark Child, like all of them. But for me, another big one for me was Babyface. Babyface is like his melodies. I love his production melodies, man. Like that's something that I follow and influence to this day still off of. Just how he just puts things together with his guitar or whatever he, lyrics wise, anything. Like the songs he did for Tony Braxton.
Oh, I love Tony Braxton.
Oh man.
I love
he
put
them
things together. All of those.
After 7, all of like that. That's music. That's some bad.
I think nowadays the child of Babyface and Ryan Leslie is Masego. I really like how he does it.
Masego's dope.
He's a genius.
Yeah, that video caught me when he the video when he was playing the sax
in the studio. Yeah, that was fire.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope content.
I heard about that video. I haven't watched that video yet, but I heard
it's dope.
You gotta watch it.
It's dope. It made me a fan. Yeah, it made me a fan of him.
I know Ryan. I saw the first time I saw that process. Ryan Leslie actually did a video like that years ago. And I found it and I mixed it like with the actual song. I think it was for Addicted.
Oh, okay.
But he was in the studio showing how he did his process. So Masego did the same thing for DLow. Go ahead.
Got one more. Pharrell.
Yeah.
I was waiting for it.
I was waiting for it.
He was there. He was there. Pharrell Timbaland. Pharrell's different.
Pharrell is so different. And I don't know if y'all know, but he was brought up by one of the Virginia natives. I can't think of his name.
We watched in that documentary. I forget his name too. Yeah, who discovered?
Which documentary was it?
When they was talking about where he learned from.
Yeah, it was on YouTube. Something on YouTube I found. It was a guy from the producer wasn't from Virginia. He was from like Carolinas, right? Who discovered Pharrell?
I think I want to say but Yeah, I want to say yeah.
He was from that area.
I'm really just trying to think.
Yeah.
Right. He was definitely around in the 80s and made some hit songs and he was in that New Jack. He was in that New Jack swing era. I can't think of his name. I can't think of his name. It's killing me. But
I'm gonna Google it.
Dude is
well
known for making like the New Jack swing.
Yeah.
Back in the early 80s, like the late 80s.
Teddy Riley.
Teddy Riley, yeah. Teddy Riley, yeah. He was going against Babyface. I don't know why we.
They both was in
on the verses, you know.
Man.
Like, Teddy Riley, man, like that's the dude that discovered Pharrell, and like Pharrell is one of those dudes who's very humble. I commend on how humble he is, and I want to know the secret on how to get that that humbleness. So like, you know, now we don't know like if he's actually like that 24/7, you know, because we all right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he's human. He got some days.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So, my name is Teddy Riley.
And Pharrell too.
You just so tranquil, like to the point where he's basically like a monk. Like you know, like you know what I'm saying. So like it feels like nothing phases him. But far as his talent, man, he has like the best well-known talent when it comes to music, man. Like makes everything from scratch. Doesn't sample nothing. Like he doesn't sample anything.
Just goes
and he made so many hits. Yeah, he made so many hits for everybody. Jay-Z, Snoop Dogg. You know. All the artists we know and we listen to today, like he made music for them. You know what I mean? Right. So like, shouts out to Pharrell, man. I hope to hear more music by him. For real.
Yeah.
And maybe we can get another Nerd album.
Word. Yo.
Yeah.
Like, Neptune.
Bring that rock back real quick.
Yeah.
I mean, Swiss Beats too. I just had to throw them out there. Swiss Beats. From the East Coast, from the New York era, like that, Swiss Beats is there. He up there as well, like as a big producer.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Another producer that made music for a lot of known artists we know today: Lil Wayne, Bone Thugs and Harmony, DMX. You know what I'm saying? All these producers that we listen to still to this day.
They still around.
Different artists.
Yeah. Still doing it. They the top tier.
I'm gonna cut my light on.
No worries.
I'm gonna cut my light on because it's getting dark.
So do you have?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Cut you off. You have music like on streaming platforms that could tune into?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My alias is Boombap DLow. So like, if you go on like all the streaming sites, you'll find music by me. And I also work with another artist named Melody. We worked on a collab album called Love, Lust, Lost. So you'll see that in the archives of the streamings of when you pull my name up.
Cool.
A lot of singles on there that I did. The number one that I love and everyone else loves as well is called Jack. That's a real well thought, heartbreaking song to me because it explains a lot of people that in life that think they know everything but they don't, and it's also based upon humbling yourself and being in the forefront of in a poverty environment. So that pretty much gives you like a little small piece of me as an artist and as a person. So that's one of the songs that I love, and everyone else loves it as well. So it's called Jack. Yeah.
By Boombap DLow. Look that
producer, up. Yeah, the artist. The producer on that track goes by the name Christian. He still makes beats to this day. The dude is talented. Definitely check out his beats, check out his music. But I got a lot of songs that's on the streaming sites. Most of my songs are on SoundCloud, but you can go on all streaming sites to find my music. But that's one of the songs that's on there that a lot of people say they like. So
I got you.
Yeah.
So you mentioned a couple times, and I'll this will be the last question that I ask of you. But you mentioned that you well, number one, Baltimore flips. You pick up actual records, and then you also mentioned that you have some physical copies of your music in stores. So why do you do that? I appreciate it.
So when I did,
I love that.
So yeah, this is before when streaming sites was like super famous. I mean, you know, they were still out. They still had Apple Music, Spotify, and stuff. But that was like the last time period where CDs were still being made. So like this is probably, it wasn't that long ago, but I'm making it sound like it's long ago. But it was back in
you didn't make it sound.
I released it.
Made it sound like we was in
2017. 2017. 2017 is when I came out with that EP. So 2016, 2017 is when I worked on it. Shouts out to Raph. I recorded the whole EP at his crib in his studio. He got a track on that with me, and also a song that's titled Picket Signs that he produced. He created the Picket Signs. He made the Picket Signs beat, and you know I rapped over top of it, and that's like one of my favorite songs on the album. And it's I still bump it to this day. I also have the music video on YouTube as well. If you search my name, DLow Picket Signs, it will pop right up.
You gotta send me all your links too, and I'll link it.
I got you. I'm gonna send you everything. So like, yeah, like that's basically like I was making physical copies so I can hand them out to people, and you know, people can hear my music around the time. People actually listen to CDs, but you know, still
that was the way.
It was. Yep. Shout out to Raph Alpha. That's actually how I got his first album when I met him the first time. And when I met, you know, you as well as around that time, I got his physical copy. So I still appreciate that, because my thing is like how you said you got into music. I love being able to go when I was little into my mom's CD collection, pick out a CD and just run through it. Like, like this.
But that's how music used to be.
Yeah, I still appreciate that. You know, I have a whole bunch of records and stuff, and hopefully Journey will be able to pick up a record one day she likes.
She gonna be up on it.
Yeah, you gotta get some of your music in physical copy.
Word up. It's crazy now, like full albums. Like people have a shorter attention on listening through a whole album now, because the streaming platforms offers just, you listen to a single and if you like it, it's like, okay, let me dig in, see who this artist is, if they have more in their catalog. But albums just being put out now, it's like people will just listen to the first song and they won't like go through as much the whole catalog in order. If you know,
exactly,
it's crazy.
And that's crazy how I feel about Q-Tip album Amplified. That's how I feel about that. Like I can listen to that from beginning to end, and that was the first album I can listen to from beginning to end. And it came out in '98, you know, and that was like, you know, around the time the Y2K thing was happening and everything. So like, you know, that was still the '90s, it was the late '90s. But like that album is just like so well thought out and uplifting, because Q-Tip is just like, you know, it's the album speaks for itself. The album title name speaks for itself. Amplified. So like, you know, you listen to that album, it makes you so motivated to the point where you feel like you can do anything. And me listening to that as a kid, that helped me, you know. So
it's a fact, man.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Just to like, that's some real stuff. Like listen, like me, I try to respect certain artists by listening to their whole album, because to me an album is meant to be kind of like a story and an elevation from the first track to the end. Like for me, it's How to Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick Lamar. Every time I listen to that, I have to listen to the whole album, because it's like every song means something, yo. For our culture, every song means something. Wow.
I did a whole school project on that album. that album, like every time when I'm done listening. I gave an extra credit assignment. I was like, we gonna dive into this. Y'all from Baltimore, y'all you heard curse words before.
That album is crazy.
I wish my extra credit project was that, you know, like I never had an opportunity where I had a project for that, and I did audio engineering, so I had audio engineering class, and I never had a project like that. But I know, right?
That's the thing with
you need more homework like that.
That makes you better at what
even
you
these colleges. They don't try to get students to connect them to the information they're getting. They just give them information and they make you regurgitate it.
Mm-hmm.
That's because they undermined it.
Exactly.
They super undermined it. You know, they undermine the fact that Kendrick Lamar is an intelligent individual, a black intelligent individual that grew up from poverty. You know, and that makes wonderful music. You know, great music that we want to listen to get us through our days. You know, and remind us how strong and powerful the black community is. You know, so
for real.
Yeah. Oh, but thank you, DLow, for coming on. Thank you for hitting me up.
Yeah, man.
I would love to have you again on. I'm glad you two got to meet as well.
Yeah, it's a blessing, man. It's for real. I could talk
it's
about
nice
this
to meet
all
you,
day.
Man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Whenever you're in town, let me know, man. We going
for sure. Yeah, we can have a little studio session. Food. Word, jam out,
exactly.
chill.
I got my studio.
Yes,
studio
sir.
right here.
Oh,
yeah, man. That's
you know,
it.
Like, it's ready to go.
All right,
that's beautiful over there.
Nah, it's a pleasure meeting you, man. For real.
Yes, but give us
great conversation.
Pleasure meeting you too.
Yeah, give us your social media. Give us your information for Baltimore Flips. Everything you'd like the audience to hear before you leave.
I got you. So you can go on my Instagram. That's my outlet for everything. You can go on to Baltimore Flips. And that's Baltimore Flips, one word. On Instagram, you can go there, hit the link in the bio, and it takes you right into the channel for Baltimore Flips on YouTube. And then you can also go on Boombap DLow, and that's BOOMDLOW. I'm sorry, BOOMBAPDLOW. So you go in there, go on my Instagram, check out my music. I have the links to other things that you can go on and check out. And yeah, I mean, you can search my name, my alias, which is my Instagram, Boombap DLow, on all streaming platforms. I'm on Tidal, Spotify, Apple Music, even SoundCloud if you don't have streaming through there. Yeah, I'm on every single streaming site. You know, go check me out. I got my hip juice, my juice foundation that I'm building up right now. I had a soft launch for it, but now I'm trying to build upon making it bigger. Possibly eventually getting a store. So definitely check it out. You know, go on my Instagram, shoot a follow for more updates. You know.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
And I want to thank you. And I want to thank you guys for having me on. It's a blessing. Big shout out to you guys, Tia and Matt.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Well, thank you.
This is my
tea time.
This is my first.
I gotta thank you too.
Yeah.
Just because I'm here. Thanks, Tia.
And I'm blessed. I'm blessed to have you guys. Being a part of the podcast. This is my first time on a podcast. I never did this before, so like I did a couple of interviews, a couple of radio interviews, but I never did like a podcast. So this is definitely a learning experience and a great experience that I enjoy with you guys. So thank you guys for having me.
Sure, man.
Of
Appreciate
course,
that.
Glad to have you. It was a dope conversation, and I'm a put Webb The Artist in. Webb The Artist has his Webisodes podcast. Where he is specifically talking to musicians.
Like artists, more so artists on music, entrepreneurship. So yeah, like we can have another conversation. That's the full realm of music, you know.
I'm with it.
Almost finished with episode 2, so it's going good. Yeah. So for sure, man.
Yep. So y'all can link up, be on another podcast. But yeah, definitely appreciate you. This was a dope conversation. I hope everyone enjoys. I'm gonna put all of our social media into the description. I also put it up when we say it. I hope the Tea Time family enjoyed this conversation. We definitely did. Thank you for coming again, DLow. And thank you
guys
for coming on to the conversation.
Good. Blessings,
thank you guys for having me. We gotta do this.
Till again.
Yes,
we gotta do this again.
Comment.
Yep, in person this time. Shoot.
Word. We'll link up. We come out there. We got family out there.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Come on by, man. I'll show y'all all the good eating spots.